A hero and a demon lord's daughter must work together as part-time workers. The main character, Raoul Chaser, is shown training to be a hero alongside Ariala. They discover at the end of the session that another hero has defeated the Demon Lord, negating the need for them to train. When we next see Raoul, he is working reluctantly at a magical appliance store called Leon due to a severe shortage of jobs for people with his particular skill set. Fino, the Demon Lord's daughter, approaches the manager and demands to speak with him. Raoul interprets this as her wishing to lodge a complaint against him and is unimpressed. To his surprise, she pulls out a resume and leaves him behind with the manager. Raoul assumed Fino was male based on her attire, but upon reading her resume, he realizes his error, as well as Fino's severe lack of skills for this type of job. Raoul rushes to the manager's office and discovers Fino has been hired. Raoul attempts to teach Fino how to properly greet customers, but she ends up scaring them away, which frustrates both of them. He later meets Ari, who is enraged with him for abandoning his dream of becoming a hero. Later in the story, Raoul travels to meet and reconnect with two of his Hero Academy classmates, Blaze and Klein. When he returns to the store that evening, Fino, who has memorized all of the customer service lines he taught her, makes an attempt to demonstrate to Raoul how much effort she put in while he was away. Leon's employees are presented with an unfamiliar product, and everyone attempts to figure out how to operate it. When Fino tries to assist, her body releases an excessive amount of magic, causing the product to spiral out of control and a number of appendages to emerge from the product, trapping Ari, Fino, and Nova. Raoul must effect a rescue, but can he fight after such a long hiatus? Raoul defeats the witch's arm with Fino's assistance, but passes out from the strain of using his skills in the absence of recent practice. Lawson, the convenience store next door to Leon, requires an additional employee for the day, so Elsa, the manager, comes over and requests to borrow one of Leon's employees. The manager, Sierra, volunteers to leave but is blocked by the assistant manager. She then volunteers Fino, who initially declines, citing her allegiance to Leon, but agrees when Sierra issues an order. Raoul is concerned about this decision, fearful that Fino will make a mistake or cause an explosion. Fino, however, is able to hold her own with some assistance from Elsa and Landimia. Raoul returns later to buy lunch and to check on Fino's performance. Leon's sales decline as a result of the arrival of the town's new large magic store, Amada. Raoul and Fino, on the manager's orders, go undercover to see what all the fuss is about. When Raoul observes Fino attracting attention to herself, she remembers Sierra's advice and begins acting like his girlfriend. While they are conducting their investigation, Raoul assists an elderly woman in locating the air conditioners out of habit. Despite the fact that he is assisting the enemy, Raoul runs into Ari in an unexpected manner during a performance by the idol group Sphere. Ari was an honor student in hero school and is embarrassed to admit that she works as a bunny girl at the rival magic store. She shows them around the store and is relieved to discover that Fino is faking being Raoul's girlfriend. Ari is groped on the way around by an overly friendly customer, who is chased away by Raoul and Fino. This attracts management's attention, which reveals that they were aware of Raoul and Fino's identities from the start. Elsewhere, the assistant manager and Lore are taken on a tour of an appliance manufacturer, where they discover that the reason their prices are so low is because they employ low-wage monster labor. Additionally, the manufacturer discloses that they are a member of the Amada group and were instructed to give a tour to visitors from Leon. On their way back from Amada, Raoul and Fino run into the older woman whom Raoul assisted. While working undercover, she joins them in Leon and purchases an air conditioner, thereafter being confused by the salesman at the new store. Lore is tasked with installing the unit but is already committed to another job. Raoul offers to do that job in order to relieve Lore of the responsibility of maintaining the air conditioner. Fino joins Raoul on the job, which entails replenishing the magic tank for a store whose owner lacks the ability to use magic. Raul and Fino collaborate to resolve the issue, which turns out to be a magic eater, a rare creature that is rarely encountered in cities. After they resolve the issue, they receive a distress call from Lore. Fino and Raul discover that the elderly woman's son has also purchased a unit in Amada. Due to the higher cost of the Leon unit, the son wishes to install it. They are about to leave when the son flags them down. Due to a shortage of magic, the new air conditioner is unable to operate. According to the Amada representative, the house may require rewiring, which would be a prohibitively expensive fix. The rep departs, allowing Lore and the others time to investigate the source of the low power. Everything appears to be in order, which leads Raul and Fino to conclude that there must be a magical eater present as well. They successfully eradicate the magic eater infestation and are about to leave when the son changes his mind. Given their level of customer service and the fact that they saved him from having to rewire the house, he has chosen to install the AC from Leon despite the penalties associated with returning the other unit. That evening, following a bath, everyone toasts a job well done, and Raul transports an inebriated Fino to their apartment building as the city is engulfed by a heat wave. He awakens to discover Fino in his bed the following morning. After resolving the misunderstanding and eating breakfast, they proceed to work, where they discover Nova unconscious on the floor. Nova has succumbed to heat exhaustion as the store's air conditioning system has failed. Leon's headquarters has dispatched a shipment of summer merchandise, but customers are staying in due to the heat wave. Fino, whose magic is leaking due to the heat, ignites a box of fireworks, scorching her clothing. Sierra decides to sell items outside while wearing bathing suits because Nova has sent the spare uniforms to be cleaned. Lisa and Lamdimia are even enlisted for assistance. As one might expect, this attracts the attention of male passers-by, resulting in a surge in the sale of summer goods. To boost sales of other products, such as cameras, Lamdimia suggests that customers try out their new cameras by photographing the bikini-clad staff. Later, with permission from Amada management, Ari arrives to observe and ends up assisting in a bikini as well. The day concludes with the return of the previous day's AC customer, who happens to be a reporter for the Capital Economic Times and wishes to write an article about Leon and their hardworking staff. Payday has arrived, and Fino is presented with her first check. Sierra proposes to Raul that he accompany her on her first shopping trip. Fino is nervous about the experience, but she quickly gains confidence after completing the first few transactions. She purchases several items, including a dress and a thank you gift for Raul, but ultimately spends her entire paycheck. She is ecstatic about her math skills until Raul points out that she now has nothing to live on until the next payday. Fino is attacked on their way home, while Raul is stopped for drinks. According to her, the attackers wish for her to become the next Demon Lord, reviving the hero business. Fino has been acting strangely since the previous episode's attack, and Raul is concerned for her well-being. When he presses Fino on the subject, she explains that she has chosen to work harder in order to become the manager of the Leon store she intends to open in the demon world. Raul meets for lunch with his former classmates and deduces that they were the ones who assaulted Fino based on their statement that the hero program will be reinstated. Lamdimia meets with a demon named Raid who, like Fino, desires to be the next demon lord and possesses the Bloodstone amulet. To ensure this, Fino is later kidnapped, and it is revealed that Amada is collaborating with Raid and Blaze in this matter, as Amada has plans to reopen weapon and armor shops. Fino refuses Raid's plea that she take up her father's throne that night at the Hero Prep School, where she is being held captive. When Blaze arrives, he explains his involvement in her kidnapping and then shocks her by revealing that Raul and Eri were heroes in training. Raul Chaser learns of Fino's abduction and travels to the former hero's academy to rescue her. He confronts Blaze there and defeats him with nothing more than a ruler. While attempting to rescue Fino, Eri interrupts and declares that she will murder Fino because demons murdered her family. Raul and Eri battle it out until both are eliminated. Fino, distraught, begins to cry, to which the Royal Bloodstone responds. She takes flight, seemingly reborn as the new Demon King, toward the demon world. Raul, Lami-san, Lore Senpai, Eri, and the elderly gentleman who came in to purchase light globes all depart after Fino. They become increasingly separated as they approach the mountain. Finally, Raul engages in combat with Fino. After a brief period of persuasion, Fino reverts to her old self, destroying the Bloodstone amulet. The Leon Magic Shop gains an additional member, Eri, at the conclusion of the episode, and Fino is tasked with showing her the ropes.